as we kind of roll into this competition, what this looks like. Again, our third season that we're playing in the Concacaf Champions Cup tournament will run, or already is running, from February 3rd to May 30th. Round one, as we're looking at it, is going to go through this first part of February. Round of 16 a little bit later, about middle of March. Quarterfinals April, about mid-April there. And then semis a little bit later on towards the beginning of May. And then the final would be set on May 30th. So very much like all right before World Cup and the big break that we have. So do we prioritize one or the other? I think it's just dependent on how we're kind of doing in each one. Take it round by round, take it match by match, and that's the Pat Noonan way. But in our first matchup here, I'm excited, Sam. Let's talk ball. We're back. We're talking our first match here. O&M FC, based down in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, this Wednesday, February 16th, 8 p.m. on FS2 probably. So tune in for that one. It's going to be exciting to have everyone again together watching this.
Ryan, we gonna do anything special for it?
Yeah, we'll have a reaction video after, so we'll be giving you our instant thoughts on this. This match, Sam, was originally scheduled to be played in the Estadio Olímpico, which is their normal home. It's the Dominican Republic National Team Stadium, 27,000 people, but they were like, nah, there's a conflict. We got to go 2 hours away now, and they're playing at the Estadio Cibao Football Club. So interesting that we're going to have to go up into the mountains a little bit to play for this one. How will that affect fitness? I don't know. We'll see. But O&M FC have not won a match since December 17th of 2025. Their season's been going on since August. So interesting, they're not doing so well right now. They should be very much like Motagua was last year. But again, we can't look by anyone in these competitions. We're going to play on some weird surfaces, some different travel, things going on as well. So, Sam, what are we looking like for lineup wise for this?
That's a great question. And I think ultimately you got to go back to what you may have seen in the last preseason match, right? Okay. I think ultimately that's what you're going to possibly see more of. A little bit, slightly rotated with the majority of, the starters. I think you could see Tom Barlow probably get a start up top. I think Tom Barlow got a start up top with Denke in the first preseason match and the last one. So I think that's a very rare case in where, Pat Noonan chose the same, two up front this preseason. So obviously Pat's got some confidence maybe in Tom to help out Denke up top, maybe a little bit more than Jabari at first. So
preface that Jabari got hurt too.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Yeah. So that is also a factor, coming into the season. But yeah, as far as lineup wise, we saw an interesting, even starting lineup last year with Noah Adnan starting in, the first Champions Cup game. So Ryan, I mean, any young guys
now? Can I run you down our game last season? We had Salentano in goal, Engel, Powell, Robinson, Adnan, Yedlin, and then we had Kubo there, Obi, Buka, Baird, and Denke. So it was an interesting group, a little bit of a mixture of people. Maybe we're a little bit healthier, at this point in this preseason. So for me, I kind of put in our outline here that I think maybe you see probably Flores start, maybe Nick Hagelin and Miles Robinson, but could you see maybe Andre Shirilla, start in this match, or maybe the second one? And then, do we have Ramirez probably an Ender? Is it maybe Giddy in the middle instead of Obi?
I know we had talked about like the formation that they possibly came out with in I think the third matchup against Detroit, which it was the Buka, Giddy, and Obi in the middle there with Evander and Denke, right? So that could possibly be a shout as well.
Yeah, I just think that you have to do a mixture because you're playing Wednesday, Saturday. You're traveling. There's a lot of factors with that. You want your guys to kind of get real competition, but you don't want to overdo it, especially in a pitch that may not be the greatest. You don't want anyone to get injured down there too. Again, for me, prediction-wise, 3-0 victory. We're going to take care of business down there. you never know how it's going to go. I feel like it's going to be like a 0-0, first half, and then we're going to, kind of score as we go along in the second as we get more comfortable. But prediction wise for you?
Yeah, I'm going to go 4-0. Just based, I was going to agree with you.
Oh, wow.
But I think 4-0 just based off of the recent form of O&M FC, right? They have not won a
big
match.
O&M FC follower over here.
Well, I did my research, right? I looked at our opponent beforehand. Is that what we're not supposed to do? Are we supposed to do that, Ryan? Come on now. But yeah, I think 4-0, obviously, it's a lot of goals, especially with a team that has not scored practically any goals this preseason. But as you saw last season against Motagua, I think they come out firing. I think Evander wants to showcase, hey, just like last season, I'm here. I'm ready to go. And what did Buka have a brace in that game, that first game, right?
I feel like you did. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, so Buka came out hot in that one. I just think the vibes down there, right? You're in the Dominican, so maybe they're going to be having a good time. So 4-0, we'll see. Obviously, both of us have clean sheets, so Roman's in the back there, getting big and tall. So I don't know.
Let's hope for a good start. I like this preview for this match. The next match against them would be the following Wednesday, I believe, back at home at TQL. So this, again, in this competition, it's going to be home and away legs, and best kind of score on those kind of moves on with that. So if we get off to a good start in 3 or 4 victories, it sets us up well for the second match to maybe play some youngsters like we saw in last year's second leg against Motagua. So